Hello, good evening and welcome to Rupavahini News.
I'm Shanika Pereira.
And I'm Clifford Richards. President Mahinda Rajapaksa says that the country and the nation could be protected by safeguarding our identity. Well, there is no racism in the country at present. Addressing a religious ceremony at the Kirulapana Balapukuna Purana Vihare in Colombo today, he noted that the hearts of the people in the country have been opened for religious harmony. Well, the ceremony was organized in connection with the opening of the newly built Relics Shrine Room and the two-storied Bhikkhu's Rest with a library. The President participated in religious observances after worshipping the triple gem at the temple. The President placed the Relics casket at the new shrine room amidst chanting of Satparit by the Mahasangha. The Balapukuna Purana Rajamahavihare has a history of over 550 years. It was built as a result of religious awakening created by King Parakumba the Sixth. The Venerable Udugama Siddhartha Nayakathero is the chief priest of the temple. Addressing the ceremony, the President noted that the future generation should be provided with an education system based on places of religious worship. He said that it will help them to mold their characters. President Mahinda Rajapaksa said that he is happy to see the group of Buddhist devotees committed themselves to assist the temple. In some temples, we used to witness a decline in such group of devotees. He said that the reason for this was the action taken considering economic benefits. Some of our people are used to sell their properties given to them by their parents and to settle in other places without thinking of the value of our ownness. He said that the time has come to protect our country, nation and religion.
අපේ මාය පුරුදු වෙලා ඉන්නේ හින්දා මම හිතන්නේ මේ නතර වෙච්ච දවසකට මම හිතන්නේ අපේ කමත් රැකෙනවා අපේ ජාතියත් රැකෙනවා අපේ රටත් රැකෙනවා අපේ ආගමත් රැකෙනවා ඒක නිසා අපි හදාගත යුතු කාලය ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා.
The Venerable Dr. Ittapane Dhammalankara Anunayakathero, members of the Mahasangha and several ministers, MPs were present at the religious ceremony.
The Health Minister says that 5% of the Sri Lankan population suffers from long-term dizziness or vertigo. Patients also suffer due to treatment prescribed by certain doctors for dizziness without proper examination of the ailment. These details were revealed at a workshop held at the Colombo National Hospital today. The reason for the symptom of sickness was connected to pains in ears, eyes, brain, joints and muscles. Several curable ailments connected to dizziness have links to the ear. The reason for dizziness from time to time could be the increase in ear pressure. Simple exercises are sufficient to cure this ailment. Another reason for this symptom is mental stress. It can be controlled by seeking medical consultation and taking medicinal drugs. Doctors say that patients suffering from dizziness should consult specialist doctors of throat, ear, nose or neurology specialists. A large number of doctors participated at the workshop organized by the Sri Lanka Association of Surgeons of Throat, Ear and Nose.
Well, several leading magazines in the world have predicted that Sri Lanka will become the most attractive tourist destination in the world this year. Well, tourist arrivals recorded a rapid growth during the last few years. This is mainly due to the natural beauty of Sri Lanka, the peaceful environment, and also the government's initiative towards tourism promotion. Sri Lanka has earned $1 billion from the tourism industry last year. The 1 millionth tourist visited the island by the end of last year. The government's target is to attract 1.3 million tourists this year. The peaceful environment and the political stability were the main reasons for the improvement of the tourist industry in the country. The highest number of tourists had visited the Sri Dalada Maligawa in Kandy. A survey conducted by the Tourism Promotion Authority last year revealed that 48% of tourists visited the Sri Dalada Maligawa last year. Pinnavala Elephant Orphanage was the second attractive place, and 35% of tourists visited this place. 27% of tourists had visited Sigiriya. The historic Anuradhapura and Polonnaruwa areas were the next attractive places for tourists. The survey further revealed that many travelers were keen on ancient culture and historic importance of the island nation. 22% of tourists had been attracted to the National Zoological Gardens at Dehiwala. The government has taken measures to improve the tourism industry in the north and east, which was not developed for a long period due to terrorist activities. Arugambe and Pasikuda have been transformed into tourism zones. New tourist hotels are also being built in these areas. The government's target is to increase the number of tourist arrivals in Sri Lanka up to 2.6 million from 2016. The Guardian newspaper of Britain highlighted Sri Lanka as a wonderful tourism paradise. Well, the Tourism Promotion Authority said that predictions of these leading magazines in the world indicate that the government's target could be achieved in the field of tourism.
The United National Party said that the appointment of a deputy leader to the party has been further postponed at the working committee meeting today. All major posts in the party except the leadership have been vacant from the 1st of January. The Executive Committee of the UMP met at party headquarters Sirikota this evening under the patronage of party leader Ranil Wickremesinghe to appoint suitable persons to these posts. Parliamentarian Joseph Michael Pereira has been appointed as Vice Chairman. Eastern Provincial Council member Daya Gamage was appointed as the national organizer. Appointments to other posts have been postponed. Parliamentarian Sajid Premadasa has expressed his opinion on the impeachment motion without the approval of the party leadership and by taking the time allocated for the Tamil National Alliance. In this connection, the opposition leader Ranil Wickremesinghe has called for a report from his secretary Abdul Nafur Rahman. The party sources say that Sajid Premadasa will not be appointed to any post till a final decision is made on this matter.
Well, a project of erecting electric fences to prevent wild elephants in villages is to be implemented with the assistance of the Civil Defence Department. 2,000 kilometers of electric fence has already been erected. Deputy Minister S.M. Chandrasena revealed that 415 kilometers of electric fence is yet to be complete. The Deputy Minister was speaking at a media conference at the Agrarian Services and Wildlife Ministry today. The restoration of work of electric fence damaged during floods and due to improper maintenance is now being carried out. The threat of wild elephants has been increased due to the rapid growth of elephants and the scarcity of sanctuaries, he said. Elephant Conservation Centre is to be built at a 3,500-acre land in Horupatan area as a solution to this problem. It will be opened in April this year. Elephant conservation centres will be built in Lunugambehera, Bandurawa and also Kurunagal areas.
Minister Professor G.L. Pires says that tiger sympathizers have still not shelved their plans to bring disrepute to Sri Lanka. He made this observation in an interview with Rupavahini yesterday. The minister pointed out that tiger sympathizers have made attempts to defame Sri Lanka on all politically important occasions.
That is nothing new. There is a long history to that. There is a pattern, a recurring pattern. Just look at some of the previous instances. Now the Channel 4 exposure, the Channel 4 film, that happened on the eve of a crucial meeting with regard to GSP Plus in Brussels. So that film, and all of this is done in installments to suit a political purpose at a critical time when something very important for the country is happening. It happened on the eve of the GSP Plus meeting in Brussels. It happened when His Excellency President Rajapaksa was in the United Kingdom to address Oxford University. It happened when I was meeting the Foreign Secretary of the UK, William Hague, for the first time. So this is a premeditated, planned campaign against Sri Lanka. The timing has always been very crucial. It is very obvious that people who are close to the forces of terror have not changed their objective. The objective remains the same. It is only the methods that have changed.
The acting secretary of the Foreign Ministry, Shenuka Senimiratna, has sent a letter to UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, Navanitham Pillai, expressing the Sri Lankan government's deep regret and concern on the statement delivered by her at the press briefing on 18th January, where reference has been made to Sri Lanka. The government strongly rejects the contents of the statement as it lacks any semblance of objectivity, steeped as it is in bias marred by erroneous facts. It is further compounded by the inappropriate tenor of its language, all of which are indicative of unequal and invidious treatment of Sri Lanka. With regard to the impeachment of the former Chief Justice, the Sri Lanka government has followed the due procedure that is set out in the Constitution.
Well, still on local stories, a ceremony to mark the 66th anniversary of the local cinema and also the 41st anniversary of the National Film Corporation was held in Colombo today. Well, the local cinema came into being in 1947 with the screening of Kadunu Porondua. Cinematographers in the country have been able to take the Sinhala cinema to international level at present. The launching of the Sri Lanka National Film Corporation in 1972 during the period of former Prime Minister, the late Prime Minister Sirumao Bandaranaike, has helped to improve the local cinema. The portrait of the late Mrs. Bandaranaike was garlanded at the ceremony. Another aim of the ceremony is to felicitate the great cinematographer of Sri Lanka, Dr. Lester James Pieris, who took the local cinema to the international arena. A cash award was presented to him appreciating his great service rendered towards the promotion of the Sinhala cinema. The book titled Asirimat Cinema Vedya, Lester, compiled by Dr. Uditha Gayashan Gunasekara, was launched at the ceremony. A documentary on Dr. Lester was also screened, a project to provide pension payments for 25 retired cinema artists who contributed their share towards the improvement of the local cinema through acting, singing, script writing, directing and filming was also launched. Information and Media Ministry Secretary Dr. Charitha Herath was the chief guest. MP Manu Shananakara and Chairman of the National Film Corporation, a large number of artists were present.
The construction of the Maranangahamula Paddy Storage Complex and the Rice Trading Centre has been launched. This project is being implemented as a result of a request made by businessmen who are engaged in rice production and trading for over 35 years from Minister Basil Rajapaksa. Around 150 small and medium-scale businessmen are engaged in trading at the Maranangahamula Rice Trading Centre. Around 500,000 kilograms of rice are being brought to the centre daily from various areas. Farmers had to face several difficulties due to the lack of a permanent paddy storage complex. A 5-acre block of land was allocated at Velikoda for this purpose under the Divinagama program. The total cost of the project will be in the region of 400 million rupees. The new storage complex will have facilities to store 25 million kilograms after its completion. Minister Basil Rajapaksa said that a method will be followed to provide benefits for traders, consumers and farmers after the completion of the storage complex and rice trading centre. Deputy Minister Lasantha Alagiyawanna, Western Province Chief Minister Prasanna Ranatunga and MP Sudarshini Fernandes-Pulle were present. Meanwhile, the Gazette notification on the extension of annual political party registration will be issued on the 31st of this month. Commission of Elections says that names of political parties which have submitted assets and liability statements and annual reports will be notified in the Gazette. According to the Elections Act, the registration of political parties should be extended year by year. Election Commissioner Mahinda Deshapriya has brought to the notice of political parties the need for extending the registration. General Secretaries of political parties have forwarded assets and liability statements and annual reports to the Election Secretariat. Around 20 political parties have made a request to grant them more time till the 31st of this month to submit these documents. 64 political parties have obtained registration from the Election Secretariat.
Right, several inter-province one-day eliminated over cricket tournament matches were played in Colombo. The Kandurata Uwa combined team and Western Province team match was played at Moores Ground in Colombo. Northeast team and Ruhuna team match was played at R. Premdas Stadium also in Colombo. Kandurata Uwa combined team beat Western Province team by 80 runs in their limited over cricket tournament match. Kandurata Uwa scored 214 runs in 44.5 overs. Dimuth Karwaratne top scored with 80. In reply, Western Province team bowled out 434 runs in 35.3 overs. Mahela Udawata made 35. Ruhuna team North East by 7 wickets. The Northeast team made 170 runs for 8 wickets in their allotted 50 overs, with Udara Jayasundara top scoring with 32. In reply, Ruhuna team reached the winning target of 171 runs in 34.4 overs, losing 3 wickets. Asan Priyanjana made an unbeaten 63.
And enjoy the rest of the program. Take care. Good night.
Good night.